Welcome to Rewind, the retro video game show coming to you every Friday at 3 p.m. Eastern right here on the AWS for Games channels on YouTube and Twitch. My name is Chris Melasinos, and I'm the Principal Evangelist for video games here at AWS. And on today's episode, we are going to be looking at the latest DLC for the Atari 50th anniversary celebration, known as the Wider World of Atari. Releasing just yesterday on September 26th, the Wider World of Atari adds a whole lot of content to this already insane compilation. New behind-the-scenes footage, exclusive interviews, artwork, and 19 new games, this DLC is only the first of two planned DLC releases for the title. Now, we explored the release of Atari 50, the anniversary celebration, on the very first episode of Rewind, and I'm thrilled to jump back in and explore this new DLC. The incredible historians and retro game geniuses at Digital Eclipse and Atari have done it again. So let's go back in time and explore the new treasures that await us in the Wider World of Atari. Ooh, all right. And here we are back in to play explore some of the Atari 50 anniversary celebration and with their new downloadable content called the Wider World of Atari. That's right.
Have you played Atari today?
Yeah, I can honestly say I have played Atari today because we're going to be playing it right now. Can't wait to go ahead and dig into this. Now, the thing is, if you had been around if you experienced this title when it first launched, this is probably the greatest example of how you go ahead and tie the history of the industry or the history of a particular company and their content into an interactive timeline that is really more virtual museum than it is game compilation, right? Of course, the games are completely playable in here, but you get all of the ephemera around the games. You get to hear from the artist, hear from the designers, see some of the materials that were used in development, see some of the promotional materials, and a whole lot more. It's just absolutely incredible. And I'm so excited to go ahead and jump in and play through this. So, what got added to the base Atari 50 celebration? So, the anniversary celebration, excuse me. So this pack, the Wider World of Atari, from the Steam page. Let's see. Those who choose to purchase this will gain access to new interactive timeline featuring exclusive interviews with Atari developers, historians, and players who have helped shape the company's legacy over the last 50 years. In addition to videos, rare artwork, and other historical facts, the game library has been augmented with 19 additional games. Atari Video Cube for the 2600, Berserk for the 2600, Berserk Voice Enhanced for the 2600, that I can't wait to hear. Desert Falcon for the 2600, Off the Wall for the 2600, Skydiver 2600, Steeplechase 2600, Stellar Track 2600, Submarine Commander 2600, Berserk on the 5200, Avalanche in the arcade, Berserk Arcade, Destroyer Arcade, Football Arcade, Frenzy Arcade, Red Baron Arcade, Skydiver Arcade, Superbug Arcade, and Avalanche Atari 8-bit. As well, there is the Neo Breakout editor, so players can now create their own levels in Neo Breakout, which was an awesome update on the original Breakout gameplay. To access the editor, simply choose Create from the main menu of Neo Breakout. All the controls are explained within the game itself. This is available to all players, not part of the new paid content add-ons. Vector Sector, starting in Wave 3, the Lunar Lander phase now features missile-firing turrets inspired by Gravitar. Shields up! And so you don't blow up in there. Yeah, were you able to actually go hear that little explosion? Yeah, you were. All right, and then various little bug fixes. So a lot of content to go through. I don't know how much we're going to get through today, but let's go ahead and just jump in and experience this. Oh, I'm so excited to see this. All right, so do we have the Wider World of Atari? I just love that timeline, the way they do this. Just really, truly awesome. All right, let's go ahead and experience. So, from arcade innovation to console domination, Atari defined interactive entertainment for millions of people. Over the years, the company's legacy has been extended and preserved by players' programs. Programmers, players, and ardent fans who identify as both. All right. Born in the arcade. All right, so let's see. Let's take a look at the birth of Breakout and listen to Al Alcorn. Now, we're not going to play through all of these, but we'll play through a little bit of some.
Breakout was really early. Yeah, it's a ball and paddle game, right? And it was really an idea for Nolan to do that. I mean, he had a lot of ideas, and he was the guy that went around me and corralled Jobs into designing this, not knowing
Look at
that
Steve Jobs.
wasn't an engineer and couldn't do that. And Jobs wasn't about to tell him, but his buddy was, who was just the sweetest, brightest savant. And I come in and Steve Jobs says, hey, look at this. And here is a finished game, Breakout, that was not under development. Understand, typical games took a few months to develop. It was like, got dropped in from outer space, finished game, working prototype. What? And Jobs says, yeah, he claimed he designed it. And I go, no, he didn't. Bullshit. And I found out later that because Woz was coming in at night, he's working at HP, and he liked HP, but Atari was a lot more fun. So I go in and there's a finished game. I'm going, what the this is crazy. You heard the story. I'll tell you my version because I've seen some different numbers, but as I understand it, Nolan said he would give Jobs a bonus of $1,000 a chip for every chip less than 50 that he was able to do this with. Now, knowing that this had more objects and stuff than Pong did, and Pong was 76 chips, it's a pretty safe bet that Nolan's not going to have to pay a penny for this, right? Again, Woz is one of the most gifted, brilliant men engineering. Woz designs it with like 24 chips. Now, Nolan didn't say you had to be able to buy the chips. So some of the chips were chips out of Hewlett-Packard that you couldn't get. But there was the prototype of the working game. And you look at a schematic and I couldn't understand how would this thing work.
So amazing. So that is one of the many tidbits that are going to be available to you in this DLC. I've heard the story before, but I've not heard it from Al's perspective, or even knowing that there were HP chips in the original prototype. That's insane. See, this is not just about playing the games, it's also learning about them, learning about development, learning about video game history. Man, I love it. I absolutely love it. All right, we're not going to play any more video. Let's go ahead and just jump into the games, but let's go ahead and see. Yeah, okay, there's your visual storytelling there. So there's the little Breakout one. Destroyer, Superbug, Skydiver, Avalanche, Atari Football, Vector Magic. They just created 13 games with vector graphics, 6 of them by 1980. Several have become iconic examples of Atari's core-out era. Here, developers old and new discuss how vector games required a different perspective on both design and technology. Golden Asteroids. Look at this, the Golden Asteroids cabinet. What does it say? Cabinet marked the milestone of 50,000 asteroid machines manufactured. Another 6,000 will be produced before the end of its run. This special machine was playable in Atari's office lobby for several years. It currently resides in the offices of Mortal Kombat developer NetherRealm Studios. Man, look at that. Wow. Fancy, isn't it? All right. So yes, there's more of these types of pieces of content. Oh, Red Baron is down here at the inside this vertical pipe. So this is the thing, you have to really explore the timeline to discover all of the games that you can play. Atari Football. Yeah, pretty cool. Which one is this? Avalanche. All right, let's go ahead and start, and let's just jump in and play the first one here. Destroyer. Yeah, all right, here we go. All right, let's see how we played this. Press start. And, okay, that's all we're doing here, right? Yeah. So, pretty simple by today's standards, of course. But this looks, you know, there are other games that kind of took a little, maybe not inspiration from this, but kind of looked a bit like this. Games like Atlantis by Magic just had, you know, these these, craft that would fly over the city of Atlanta, so you'd have to fire up at them. So you really didn't have any control over. The direction, just the angle that they would basically launch from. So you had a left and a right one, and so you had to basically make sure that you fired that and timed it with the differing speeds of the craft that would fly overhead. So very simple by today's standards, but still pretty. It's challenging, and you can see where I'm passing through some of these, and the difference in speeds are. Oh, I see. So I also have. Oh, so that's how you do it. Okay, so now you move up and down here to change the depth at which they detonate. Okay, so now what I can do is say, okay, all right, let's see. Is that one going to go down there? No. Okay, that one's here. So yeah, you're able to change the depth that they explode by moving them up and down. So wherever I fired it last, so that's as far as it would go. Got it. Okay. Yeah, so I would need to make sure I got down here to the bottom, that blue line, and then it could capture anything in that plane there. Huh. Okay. Pretty interesting. Not the most exciting, but you can start to see where some of the some more complex ideas, could pop out there. But this is an early one. This is 1977. Analog control is used to adjust the depth of the charge. There you go. A lever to select the speed of the player's ship. Okay. Oh, and I guess, I could adjust the speed of the ship, but that's okay. Superbug, before creating Fire Truck, Wendy Allen made the single-player driving game Superbug. All right, let's go ahead and give Superbug a shot, too. I love that music, too. All right, here we go. How do we control this? There we go. Little triggers there. Oops. No Superbug. No! Crunch! Okay. Sand, so you know it's sand. That was very helpful of the sand to write its name there. Yeah, okay. It's a cute little racing game. Oil. Guess we should run into some of them to see what they do. So we had one that said crunch. Now let's see what happens when we hit another one here. Let's go. Let's go. Okay, you'd want to put your own soundtrack onto this one because this one is cool. All right, yeah, there we go. Actually, let's put the border on. What does the border look like when it's on? Oh, there we go. Yeah, we should always have the borders on these. We're going to do that. Oh, yeah, see how it added color. And it's probably doing color. Actually, you can see how it's simulating color. It's simulating color because the car never actually leaves the center of the screen. So even as I turn, you'll notice the screen is moving around the car. But on the screen, they had a little piece of cellophane, colored cellophane, and that is what would give it color. And that was very common in the kind of black and white era of arcade games. You would sometimes, the developer of the game would put different colored cellophane bands on there so that way characters still look like they had colors. In fact, the Vectrex home video game console does exactly that. It comes with these little overlays that go over the black and white vector screen, and there, bam, you've got color in your game. All right, cool. From the early part of the game industry and Atari's history, releasing in 1977. Skydiver players attempt to land safely in the drop zone for big points. For extra novelty, the cabinet's joystick was shaped like the handles of a parachute ripcord. Home version would appear months later. All right, let's go ahead and give this one a shot here. 3 misses per player. Whoa, okay, here we go. And push start. And... Okay, how do I pull the ripcord? Okay, let's see. Wait a minute, how am I... Oh, let me try that again here. All right. Okay, let's go ahead and see what the controls are here. Release from plane. Oh, open the parachute is right down. Okay, all right. So let's go ahead and give that a shot again. And here we go. Let's push start and go. All right. Now that we know what we're doing. Okay, you want to... Oh, yeah, see... Oh, look at that. The wind has got it there, and I was able to move it. Yay! All right. Oops. Yeah. Too busy looking for my sound effects. Wait, why did it do that? Which one am I now? Oh, I was paying attention to the wrong one. You get the idea, but also notice how it has... decals over the screen that you would have in the arcade. So that way it looks like they're flying behind the clouds. See, we had to do all those crazy things back in the day because we just didn't have systems that were powerful enough to go ahead and render those things back then. So we, used art and creativity to go ahead and make the game feel bigger than the technology could afford it. All right, avalanche. Players catch rocks that fall from the top of the screen. Speed increases, rocks become smaller and intentionally irritating. White noise becomes progressively louder to break the player's concentration. Larry Kaplan cited Avalanche's direct inspiration for his Activision game Kaboom. Okay, another great game, Kaboom, for sure. All right, let's go ahead. Oh, here we go. Yes. I can see exactly. Okay. So this... Right, you have to catch all of the falling blocks. And yeah, if you've ever played Kaboom by Activision, they were bombs with the mad bomber at the top of the screen. And you had to just catch all the bombs, and it just became really difficult to do in the later levels. I mean, that game was crazy. If you know a really good Kaboom player, their reflexes must be insane. Yeah, listen to the sound getting louder. Yeah, that rumbling back there, that would drive you a bit nuts. No! Oh, we missed that down there. Okay, here we go. I do like the note. Oh, do you also notice the paddles get smaller? Wow. Okay, let's see how small they are now. Oh, no, now we just have... Did the paddles get smaller, or am I imagining that? Now, you're playing this with the joystick, and that can be difficult to do. This really requires a paddle controller, so you get that precision. But you can see, where that challenge would come from. And again, if you ever played Kaboom on the Atari VCS, or the 2600, as it's also known, you see where that inspiration comes from. All right, Atari football. Now, we're not really going to go ahead and play this one just because... it's football. But I'll show you, it's X's and O's football. So I'll show you what it looks like. Now, the one thing about this, it really did require a trackball to play. And it was this giant trackball. And the problem playing this game, I remember, is you had to move it so fast that sometimes you'd pinch your skin between the ball and the side of the cabinet, and it would hurt like hell. So, yeah, this is Atari football. It's great that it's in here, but it's one that I would personally go back to all the time. But I do want to go ahead and check out Red Baron. Clean, minimalistic lines and vector monitors were well suited to games with a first-person perspective. Released shortly after the tank-based Battle Zone, Red Baron places players inside a World War I biplane, a target-rich environment. Atari soon would return to a cockpit view in 1983 for a space shooter based on Star Wars. Yes, right. Yeah, Star Wars. Yeah. And I have that cabinet in my basement, which is awesome. All right, here we go. Oh, yeah, look at that. Yeah. I love what they said, in a target-rich environment. You see how you've got, it looks like, you have the propeller in front of your plane. There's a Zeppelin. Oh, man, that moved fast. Let's see, do you have any? no, I wouldn't have anything other than, okay, we blew that Zeppelin up. Let's get down here. Come on, where are you? Oh, you crashed into this side of the mountain. Behind you. Okay. Yeah, really cool. And you know, doing vector games on what used to be raster monitors, but now on, you know, LCDs and stuff like that, it's hard to really get the feel of a vector monitor on a non-vector monitor, like the glow of the colors and everything else. So I want to see, you know, look at this. Yeah, so they added a glow bar here. This is why Atari and Digital Eclipse going over there to Atari. This is how it makes, you know, I mean, it's a perfect match of companies because Digital Eclipse really knows what they're doing when it comes to, you know, the classic arcade games. Absolutely love it. Make sure that border's on. Make sure that screen is full. And yeah, let's go ahead and see what it looks like now. And let's go ahead and start it there. Yeah, and you can see, you know, where the vector lines meet. They're brighter than where vector lines are further apart, right? So where lines overlap, they're brighter. That's the glow that you would get from a vector monitor. That made it so much, just delicious to play. So yeah, remember the Star Wars game? You remember Tempest? Oh yeah, really, really cool. All right, this one is excellent. This is an excellent game. Yeah, I can see myself returning to this one often, actually. Yeah, challenging too. This is not an easy game either. I do like that you can see the trajectory of the bullets that you're firing too. Right, so it makes it not tracer rounds exactly, but you can see them. Yeah, there's a Zeppelin firing back. Man, that moves fast. All right, we have a lot more to get through, so I'm going to go ahead and leave it there. That one is a great one. Red Baron 1981. Very cool. Division's coin-op and consumer was built on the strength of phenomenal arcade games, but the VCS home console eventually did come to even greater heights. Atari veterans from both sides of the success story explain how the coin-op and consumer divisions ultimately worked together, but that wasn't always the case, right? There was always a little bit of infighting there. Sears. So back in the 1970s, when the Atari VCS was originally released, known as the 2600, were it not for Sears actually picking up the console, reskinning it, and branding it under the Telegames brand, Atari would not have had the distribution that they needed to actually make a toehold in the market and rise to the level of success that they did. And so typically it was more than just a reskin with a rebrand. They typically did different colors like you can see here. It's called the Video Arcade. It had that chrome panel on the front instead of the black one with the yellow lettering. So it made it distinctively a Sears type of product, right? Very, very cool. Steeplechase. Okay, let's check this out. Steeplechase. Oh, we don't want to do that. We want to play it. Let's go play Steeplechase. All right, now I think, let's see. And where are we going here? Oh, no, I didn't mean it. Oh, so you have to, I keep clipping my horse's leg in the back there. Oh, shoot. Yeah, so you can imagine, this is endless runner type of game. Not imagine, you can see. It is, goodness, I'm terrible at this. It's either hitting him front or hitting his hind legs. Oh. Oh, so close. I knew, after I pressed jump, it's one of those things, like right after you press it, you knew you messed up. Oh, so close. I guess it's one of those things, when you start to learn the animations, then you start to figure out exactly where you need to jump. And then, can I? No, all I can do is jump here. So I'm just going to hop around and... Okay, let's see. Can we get one of those big ones? No, of course we can't. Why should we? All right, and there you go. You had, I think, 3 minutes to go ahead and do this, but yeah, steeplechase, right? These games they took a little bit of imagination. They took a little bit of you, leaning into them to get that enjoyment out of them. All right, Stellar Trek, a rare text-only game for the VCS. Stellar Trek is based on a strategy game that's a popular mainframe computer game. I have not played Stellar Trek before. Reading the manual is recommended, but let's see. Okay, your mission is to destroy 22 alien warships in... let's see. And then you have to go and choose phasers. And let's fire 333 phaser units. Okay, this is very reminiscent of the kind of like Star Wars based or Star Trek tactical games that were on mainframes back in the late 1960s and early 1970s. But since we don't have time to read the manual, let's just say it's there for you to explore. Submarine Commander through a periscope view. Submarine Commander players must sink enemy ships when managing limited resources. As the last Sears exclusive to appear, Submarine Commander is the rarest of the three. Well, if it's that rare, we should probably go check it out, right? All right. Let's see. Here we are looking through our periscope. Oh, okay. We can dive and go up here. Okay. Yeah, you could see how this 3D-esque... There we go. All right, we got one. Okay, let's get that guy. All right, we sank his battleship. And we're going to sink another one? Yeah, there we go. That's two. That is two. Oh, okay. There we go. Another one. Yeah, so, okay. All right, yeah, so once they move past your line once they move past where your trajectory is, if you don't lock them in with the controller, then see how I'm not gonna... Okay, now I got him. There we go. All right. Yeah. Very cool. Very interesting, and also one of the rarest, apparently. Sears Arcade. So, see, look, it doesn't matter how much history you're into or how much you collect or work in preservation. It doesn't matter, all that stuff. You can always find out new information just like that. I'd never played that before. Really cool that the crew over at Digital Eclipse went ahead and added that here, or at Atari, I should say, too. All right, let's go on up and check out the rest of these games. Evelyn Seto in The Art of Atari. Graphic designer Evelyn Seto was among the few Atari employees to work in both coin-op and consumer divisions. In this interview, she recalls designing arcade marquees, creating the Atari 20th retail package, and inking the iconic Fuji logo itself. That I'm saving for you all. You need to go ahead and download the DLC for this collection and see it yourself. There she is, hard at work. Yeah, there we go. And this is, Evelyn Seto, George Opperman, and Bob Flamate review backlash art for the 1977 Atari pinball machine, Airborne Avenger. Now, make sure if you are interested in the history, again, of Atari, and really want to see the artwork, make sure you go and check out The Art of Atari by Tim Lapatino. We had Tim on Rewind before, and an incredible artist and historian as well. And the book is absolutely incredible. All these beautiful watercolor paintings of the Atari manuals and boxes and everything else. Really, really extraordinary. And he tells the story of the artists that worked to create those materials that surrounded these, let's face it, in some cases, very anemic, shallow games. And that artwork that accompanied the game, the box, the manual, comic books, all those things, really imbued those games with this, bigger sense of the world that they inhabited, right? And Tim's book is absolutely gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. Definitely throw it on your coffee table. It is a conversation starter for anybody that comes to visit you. So there we go. All right, let's go ahead and check out some box art concepts, alternate Atari logos. Okay, look at that one. So glad that they chose the one that they did. The Atari 3200. What? All right, let's check this out. Concepts for the Atari 3200 and the 3600. Whoa, look at that. Huh. Concepts for a refresh Atari 2600 retail box, as well as a never issued 3200 and the 3600 Super System, which became the Atari 5200. Okay, yeah. It doesn't look quite, the 3600, you can see those joysticks there. Oh, those joysticks, terrible. Here's, packaging, 2600 carrying case. Look at that. And that silver. I remember when it changed from the black boxes with the white lettering to the silver boxes. I do remember that. What was that? Voice controller boxes. Co-creation of toy manufacturer Milton Bradley Atari 2600 voice controller never materialized. Okay. I do remember there was a controller for the 2600 that it was a band you put around your head, and you could basically think the commands you wanted and make your game do that. A bridge from arcade to home. Berserk. Yes, Berserk. This one is this one is great. All right, let's go ahead and jump in and play the arcade version first, which is exactly what we're going to do here. Berserk's robotic voice yelling intruder alert and coin detected in pocket in arcades taunted passing players. Berserk's promotional flyer notes that the game contains 30 phrases and 64,000 randomly generated mazes. My understanding was that each word costs somewhere around like $1,000 or something like that, or each sentence cost $1,000 in like chips and stuff like that to make. So this was a very expensive machine for its era. But let's just go ahead and jump in and play this game. Oh, this game is frustrating for sure. Okay, here we go. Oh, listen to those sounds. Now, the first level won't have, I believe, there's going to be no firing. Okay, but that's Evil Otto. He is invincible. Oh, see, look at that. Pixel precise. And you have to get out of the maze before he comes get you. He's invincible, like I said. All right, now the reds can fire at you, so you have to be really careful. And oh, see, shoot, my goodness. Whew. All right. All right, let's just get out of the maze there. Oh, shoot. Wow. Yeah, they are fast and unforgiving. Woo. Okay. We'll just leave the triple A's in there. Let's go ahead and try one more time. Let's see. Come on, let's go. Oh, my goodness. That is also loud. Yeah, listen to that. Oh. And then you had, chicken fight like a robot for sure. Oh, and I ran back into that dumb door. That was all me. And then I forget what happens after the red levels there. Now, there was a story that I remember hearing growing up about Berserk being the only game where somebody died playing it. Very sad story. But I believe what it was is that the kid playing it had a heart condition. And so it really didn't have anything to do with the game. It just happened to be a very unfortunate situation. Very sad. But, this is another story that made parents worry about video games and all that other crazy stuff that we had to deal with back in the day. Okay, yeah, and you have to just be careful because you can't hit the walls. If you hit the walls, you'll die as well. Wow. Yeah. And see, look at that too. Everything respawns, and everything is randomly generated. So there may be more robots to get. Oh, come on. Why didn't I just go back the other way, right? I know. Okay, that's Berserk. That's the arcade version. Let's go ahead and see how this fares against the home console versions. All right, so let's go back. Let's go ahead and try the home port. Oh, there it was. On April 3rd, 1982, 18-year-old Peter Wachowski played Berserk at a Fire Tux game room in Calumet City, Illinois, and collapsed and died shortly thereafter. Coroners determined an undiagnosed heart condition was to blame for his passing, not evil auto, but the facts can't stop urban legend. See, there you go. That's how you... Oh, no, I shouldn't say yay to that. That was not right. I meant to hit this one. That is how you get facts, right? And you need to separate those facts from the fiction. Unfortunately, this young man had passed with an undiagnosed heart condition, but not because of video games. So, all right, let's go ahead and try the sequel to... Actually, let's not try the sequel yet. Let's go and see how the home version of Berserk stood up to the arcade version. Look at that. Pretty good, right? Not too bad. Look, you have all the elements there. You have a little running man. You've got randomly generated mazes. You have the principal characters. Of course, no voice samples because it was the Atari 2600. Couldn't do that. Now here we are with the red robots. And yes, their bullets are a little bit slower, so a little bit more forgiving. Difficult to hit those diagonals on an Atari 2600 controller. All right, let's get out of the maze here. Maybe we'll just do one more. Yeah, but I just remember, when you got this home, you're like, wow, this looks just like the arcade. It was a good approximation. It even has a little animated eye there. That was really cool. Back in the day, okay, yeah, here are the whites. These are going to be a lot faster now for sure. And what you want to try to do, you can also kind of trick them into walking into walls and stuff. Yep, got a free guy. Oh yeah, look at that. You fire a lot faster and you move a lot faster too. Okay, this is not too bad. But look at that score, 50. Oh, and I turned around and went ahead and walked. Oh, and they walked right into me. Yeah, not the fairest of situations there, but yeah, look at that. They so dumb. Okay. This is Berserk on the Atari 2600. All right, now let's go back and see how this fared on the Atari 5200 version of Berserk. And we're going to go play that. All right, here we go. Well, we have to wait for the Atari logo to disappear. And you can see it's, quite honestly, I think the Atari 2600 version plays better than this one does. See, I ran to the... But you got that voice sample that the Atari 5200 could produce, right? It's definitely not as smooth as the 2600 version, but it does have the voice sample, so that does make it pretty darn cool. So that is pretty all right. Now, you notice that the entire screen had to stop moving because it took all of the processing power of the Atari 5200 to play those voice samples. Okay, and look at that. Just walk right out of there too. So yeah, you can see, look, they were getting closer to the arcade with, every generation of systems that would come along. So this is getting a little bit closer. But again, I think from a gameplay perspective, I think the 2600 version is just smoother to play. Let's see, did they have any other hidden ones in here? Voice enhanced. Determined to make the 2600 version of Berserk even more arcade accurate, programmer Mike Micah. Yay! Mike Micah. Very good friend. Just friend to the whole industry. Mike's work in retro games and emulation cannot be overstated how much he has given to the industry. So here we go. Programmer Mike Micah added speech to the game while also adjusting the colors to better match the coin-op. Originally released in 2002, the version presented here is Mike's final revision. So yeah, let's go ahead and play Mike's version. Here we go. That's right. Yeah, the colors are better there. And let's see. Let's just clear out the board. Come on. All right. Wow. That is unbelievable. Incredible. Incredible. I mean, Mike is just... Yeah. Mike's just amazing. Good job, buddy. Incredible job. I should say... Oh, shoot. I got to... Amazing. Absolutely amazing. And the voices sound better than on the Atari 5200 version. Just incredible. Now, also, you notice that because your character is particularly handed, right? I guess he would be, let's see, I guess he would be right-handed? Yeah. Right? No, left-handed. He would be left-handed, right? Yeah. Apparently, because you're firing from the left side when you're pointing down, but you're firing from the right side when you're pointed up. So maybe he's switching guns. So you can't just fire in one direction, right? You actually have a little bit of give left to right. Incredible. Just really, really awesome. All right, so that is the voice-enhanced Berserk on the Atari 2600. Crazy, crazy. All right, let's go up and see what other amazing things they have in here. Atari Video Cube, a handful of Atari 2600 games offered only as mail-in order titles to the Atari Club. The first Atari Video Cube began as an unlicensed interpretation of the 1980s puzzle phenomenon Rubik's Cube, but its mechanics ultimately differed. Pretty interesting. All right, but I suck at Rubik's Cubes too, so let's go ahead and focus on some of these other ones. After the NES came games like Desert Falcon, Double Dunk, Off the Wall, Atari's classic brick breaker gameplay, adding human characters and power-ups. Atari 2600 title bears no relation to Atari Games' arcade game of the same name, which appeared 2 years later. Moto Rodeo. All right, let's go ahead and try. Okay, let's try one of these. Let's try Desert Falcon. So this should be a shmup, which I love. Yeah, here we go. And we're firing there. Oh, okay, yeah. So basically, you move up and down, kind of like Zaxxon, right? Which is a Sega game, but had this 3/4 perspective, just like. Oh no. Okay, it said this 3/4 perspective, just like this is, or 2/3 perspective, I should say, isometric. What's firing at me? Is it? Oh, I needed to fly through those, and I didn't. Okay. You see how you move a lot slower when you're on the ground there? A scarab on the ground, I would imagine. That's what that is. And yeah. Pretty ambitious shooter for the Atari. Okay, so up in the air, move a lot faster. Down to the ground to get everything that you need. Okay, I need one more, I think. Yep. If he can make it, let's see. Can he do it? Oh, we're battling the Sphinx. No. Game over. All right, Desert Falcon. Look at that. The Sphinx there at the end there. That's a big boss fight. Okay, we're going to get out of that now. Let's go and jump back in. Double dunk. No, we're not do that. All right, let's go ahead and check this one out here. All right, off the wall. And let's see. What do we have to do here? Player one. Okay, here we go. And okay, there we go. Whoa. All right. Oh, man, that moves fast. I wonder if this also used a paddle too. Probably. Shoot. Okay, that made it go faster. So the question mark one there obviously sped the ball up. So you're going to get a random power up. So you don't know what you're going to get. Look out for that bomb. Wow, that is tough to play without a paddle controller. That is for sure. For sure. Okay, and I think, okay, so this one's following me. Oh, look at that. Oh, that's what that was. That was a magnet. Oh, and I missed it too. Crazy. Okay. Cool little variant on the breakout type of game. Pretty. All right. Let's try. Let's just go ahead and get them all out of the way here. Let's see what we can do here. How much time do we have? We've got about 10 or 15 minutes. Let's go ahead and check it out. All right. Let's practice. And what do we need to do here? Oh, I see. Oh. I did a little loop-de-loop there. Oh, shoot. There we go. Oh, missed it. Oh. Okay, in some mud there, right? There we go. Over the top. Yes, you want to go ahead and land on it correctly. Okay, in the water there. Yeah, I can see where this would get... okay, we need to flatten that guy there. Okay. Oh! All right, yeah, this is one that I would love to experiment with the controls to better understand how you operate your vehicle. But I mean, I'm way behind right now, right? I'm only at 280. Okay, come on. Okay, so that's a hop up. What happens when I press down? Nope. We're going to hop up there. Yeah. Look at that. Oh, doing terribly there. All right. Yeah, that is Moto Rodeo. All right. Yeah. Go ahead and try a couple of more here from Players Who Creators. Yeah, the videos you need to experience for yourself. I don't want to spoil them for you because there's so much in there. Okay. This one was really cool. This was a, as you can see here, a homebrew sequel for the Atari 5200. Kurt Vendel created a 2600 version of Adventure 2 for the Flashback 2 in 2005. While the graphics remain comfortably familiar, the player's realm expands to the neighboring kingdoms of fire and ice to create a longer, more difficult quest. I have played this one. Yeah, let's just go ahead and give it a shot. And you can see, Adventure, when it first came out, oh man, it was awesome. Just truly awesome. Okay, okay, come on. I needed that key. Dang it. Okay, shoot. Okay, if I can just grab the bat when he comes by, but not, come on, not the duck dragon, please. Okay, now, see, the dragon didn't follow me onto the other screens. And that was one of the things that it would do in the original version all the time. And you wanted to get behind the dragon. when he got you because it was easier to avoid him. Okay. Come on, get out of here. Get out of here with your nonsense, dragon. Oh, come on. Shoot. Yeah, see, once you can run through the back of his head. And look, there's that damn bat. All right. We need to grab the bat because he's got the key. And I believe the sword is going to probably be... okay. The sword is going to probably be in here, right? No, of course. It's the green key. Now, I wonder if... Let's see. Come on, grab the yellow key. You don't want that key. You want the yellow key. Now, I believe in the original one, you could leave the bat in the castle if you got him inside of it. Clearly, can't do that here. Oh, wait. Is that the one I need to do up top here? Is this the... No, that's not the place I need to go. How about up here? Was it here? Let's see. Let's see. Now, this game is going to take way too long to play through on this episode, but, maybe at some point it would be good just to go and play some of these earlier adventure games. But you can see, look at how much bigger and sprawling this game is than the original. I don't know if there's any secret dot like there was in the original one, but yeah, we'll let him go because we're going to jump out of here and go play some other games before we get out of here for the weekend. But yeah, Adventure 2, ton of fun. I have played that game actually over the past few years, and it's great. It's great. Definitely worth checking out here. Return to Haunted House. This is the same, type of expansion to the original Haunted House, but as you can see here, it's a homebrew game, but it's a modification of the Adventures programming code. So let's go ahead and see what this looks like. Yep. And here we are. Yeah, even though, look, it's simple graphics and stuff, Haunted House scared the hell out of me when I was a kid. Especially when you didn't know where to go, what to do. Okay, I needed that, right? Did I need that? Okay, yeah. And when the lightning hit and then you saw the ghost's eyes, oh my gosh. Okay, what is this here? Okay. There we go. Oh yeah, now we're inside the crypt here. And yeah, let's go ahead. Can we get that same? Can we get that? No, we can't. No, we can't get that yet. And we can't get out of there either. Anyway, you can see, again, another longer adventure game and one to play in the dark. So now you make sure you go back there to explore that crypt again. So yeah, okay, that's Haunted House, or Return to Haunted House. Yes, yes, yes. All right. Searching for prototypes. So you can look at prototype stuff from in here as well. Here's Aqua Venture. I do like this game a lot. Let's go ahead and try this. So this was a prototype. It does not, Mysterious does not appear in Atari internal documents of the era. Atari officially released as a 2600 cartridge in 2022. I do like this one a lot. All right, so you can fire at your fish, and then you move down to the next screen. Okay, come on. Okay, now I have to go up to the mermaid here. And she'll take you up there. But I didn't grab any of the treasure yet, so I got really no points for doing that. Yeah. All right, let's go ahead and drop down here. Oh, come on. I said I like it. I didn't say I was any good at it. Oh, that's right. You can't touch the walls either. I totally forgot. That must be coral. You can't do that. Oh, yeah, look at that little guy trying to get you. Okay, here we go. Let's go. Let's go. And then drop down. So there should be treasure down here at the bottom. Can I go back down? No. Once you go back up, you have to return to the surface. Because you need to get your air supply done. Air supply? I'm all out of love. No, not that air supply. This air supply, so you do not drown in the bottom of the deep. All the way down, down, down he goes. Oh, well, you can see the treasure at the bottom. You grab that, you go back up to the top, boom, you get more points. Fun game, challenging too. It reminded me a little bit of like, even though it's not really like, those kind of shark games where you can eat certain size fish until you get bigger, or like a lot of the IO games, that kind of stuff. For some reason, it reminds me of that, even though it's not the same mechanic at all. Save Mary. Yeah, this one is another fun game. We can go ahead and check that out too here. Let's see. Let's play this. Save Mary. Actually, we're going to go in and do the novice level here. All right. So what you need to do is you need to grab these. Wait, let me see. You grab the cement, right? Yeah, you grab these cement blocks. Okay, wait, how do you do that? Wait a minute. Wait. For some reason, okay, yeah. So then you want to, I had to hold them. So you have to, okay, that's what I was doing wrong. Okay, so you want to take these cement blocks and drop them down so Mary can hop on them. And then what you want to do is you want to time it so that, no, it's going to fall on Mary. Oh, no. You're basically trying to build a tower for her to escape. So you want to grab these cement blocks. But then Mary is going to start moving on them. And so you want to time this just right. So, didn't have it over there at the edge. All right, let's see. Here we go. Okay, Mary, get out of the way. Nope, shoot. Okay, let's try this again. Let me see what happens if I just put this down here. Can she hop over that? She can hop over that. Okay, good. So now that I know that, let's let Mary move. No, you got to get it right on. Oh, or maybe what I need to do is drop it, like that. Okay, so now, Mary, move. Okay. And drop that there. Okay, there you go, Mary. All right, let's see. Now, let me do this one here. Drop this one here. Nope, that's not enough. All right, let's go ahead. We got it. We have to. Oh, look at that. See, the water is rising. So we have to help Mary get the heck out of here. Okay, I wonder why. I thought you could, for some reason, I want to say it didn't need to be exactly on top of, it didn't have to be exactly on this side there. Oh, we let poor Mary go. All right. Well, that is Save Mary. Yeah. And actually, let's see the instruction manuals here. Again, something we didn't even look at through this is they include all of the manuals here. So you can go through and, see the manuals, read the instructions, and you get a glimpse of what, the designers, developers were thinking about in the time they created this, even though this is a modern, game. But look at this one here. There you go. The crane, Mary, and the object dispense. Yeah, see, you can do it a little bit off center, but I guess I was too far off center, right? To place that cement block and let Mary go ahead and get out of the perilous situation that she finds herself in. But okay, yeah. So that is Save Mary. And what makes Atari fans so passionate? People who have helped preserve and extend Atari's legacy discuss the love that lies beyond mere nostalgia. Futuristic since forever. Let's see. We're going to wrap up with a little bit of this here. For the love of Atari.
When you think of the 80s and video games, Atari is the company that comes to mind. And because, those people grew up with it, there's a lot of nostalgia today still for the brand. And I think that's the main reason why, you see people so passionate about Atari.
When we do our best, video
Yay, Mr. Don Taglow.
what we're doing doesn't just distract people or pass the time. We leave them with something.
the brand was so iconic.
Yay,
for so
Mr.
long,
Mike Micah.
That it feels
Also,
like it was part of their life.
wearing
They-
his
they
Supercade
felt
shirt. Supercade
part of
from
their
the
identity.
amazing
So
Van
I
Burnham.
think
I
whenever
had
Atari
contributed to
over the years
the
has
latest
done something
volume.
against those core
I wrote
values
the
of
Sega
what
Saturn
people
piece
brought to
actually
Atari
for it.
and
I
how
know
they
Mike
became
has
people
contributed
with
as
Atari.
well.
That's why you'd see a lot of
Van's
vocal
work is
retaliation
astonishing
to Atari
as a
doing
historian
because
and
it was
just
so personal
as
to
one of
them.
the most super awesome
Atari did a
people in the
great
world.
job with marketing. They had a lot of the arcade hits, like Pac-Man and Defender, and just tons of arcade games.
Okay, let's go and jump forward. I don't want to give it all away.
Atari alive.
So,
For my great nephew, so.
so there you go. Here is the addition to the base package there of the Atari 50, the anniversary collection, the Wider World of Atari, right? So now you can go into the game library just here at the top, so you don't need to go through the timeline there, and you can actually go through all of the different games. I mean, look at this. Look at how many games you get in this entire package of content. Crazy, absolutely crazy. If we sort by platform, there we go, and it's going alphabetically. Yeah, just absolutely incredible. I mean, it is really the not only the best value, I think, for a compilation, but it's one that really does teach about, Atari and why they were so important to the founding of this industry, the innovations that they went ahead and set forward. It's just incredible, and just a wonderful addition to that original release. So that is really going to go ahead and wrap it up. I had a great time going through and exploring this new content, the Wider World of Atari. So make sure you head on over to Steam or on any of the platforms that you go ahead and that you purchase this on. You can get the downloadable content for it, and they're on a bunch of them, right? So make sure you go ahead and check it out, especially if you're an Atari fan or if you're a fan of video game history. Just go ahead and do that. And with that, it's going to bring us to the end of another episode of Rewind. So again, if you are a video game developer of any size from AAA to indies, make sure you head on over to aws.amazon.com/GameTech to discover the products, solutions, and services that we offer to help you on your cloud game development journey. And if you're a beginner looking for a clear starting point to help you build a career or learn to produce games in the AWS cloud, we recommend that you start with an AWS learning plan. This set of on-demand courses will increase your knowledge of game servers and game analytics and help grow your technical skills to solve real-world game development, compute, and analytics problems. And you can demonstrate your knowledge to the world by earning digital badges. Head on over to aws.training/GameTech to start your AWS for Games learning plan today. And of course, I want to give a special shout out and thank you to Waterflame for allowing us to use his music here on Rewind. Make sure you head on over to his YouTube channel at Waterflame Music to check out his incredible work. And finally, if you care about preserving the history of video games as much as I do, as much as Atari does, as much as Mike Micah does, make sure you head on over to the Video Game History Foundation's website at gamehistory.org. They're doing incredible work to preserve the history of our industry for future generations. And I want to thank you for spending your Friday afternoon with me. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Go play some Atari today. Have an awesome weekend, and we'll see you next week on Rewind.